Welcome to the live, everyone. My name is Kamal Floyd, aka Miles Stacks, and again, we are live tonight, coming with you guys to some good topics, man. So first off, we want to again let you guys know that we are bringing awareness to diabetes. So please support that by any means necessary. Awareness of regular diabetes is giving you guys information on the difference between type 1 and type 2. Also bringing awareness on how we can work on towards donating money into finally getting a cure for the disease as well. So just make you guys aware of that information. And just allow you one moment to go ahead and get the live sent out to um, get live started on TikTok as well. And then also I will put the live link in the chat for you guys if anybody wants to join. That is on Facebook, YouTube, Kick, or Twitch. So let me go ahead and post that link for you guys right now. And again, tonight, we'll be going over a couple of topics in regards to the datings in your 20s and 30s, speaking on the difference in Black culture. Today is Juneteenth, so we are doing a dedicated stream on that as well. So let me just go ahead and send this information out, guys, and then get the live started on TikTok as well. And I hope everyone is having a blessed, a good Friday. Hope everything is going well for you guys as well. Things are going good for me. I'm just getting the live started on TikTok as well too. So just a sound check. If you guys can hear me well, just let me know in the chat that everything is working well. And again, so we are getting the live started. Again, sorry about that. Our topic is going to be about the datings in your 20s and 30s. So we'll go ahead and get started in a little bit. Again, everybody that's on TikTok, appreciate you guys. I know you guys can hear me clear as well. So we're going to go over a lot of different topics today. First, starting off, we're speaking on the datings in your 20s and 30s. That's a huge conversation with our young generation. So for myself, I'm 28 years old. So I've, just like any of you guys out there, had experience with trying to communicate well with the other party out there and stuff like that. So just get a little bit, we'll let people come into the chat and then we'll go ahead and get started. Again, for my TikTok followers, let me see if I can put the chat link in there for you guys as well. Just one moment. Hold on. Actually, I don't know if I'm able to link the chat on TikTok for you guys to join. But basically, if you're on our YouTube or Twitch or Kick or Facebook, the link in the chat is there for you guys. So if you want to join the stage, just go ahead and click that link, and then we'll be able to get you on as well. And again, guys, we are speaking on the datings in your 20s and 30s. So we'll go ahead and get started as well, since we have a couple people joining in on our live. Main purpose on this is to speak on our differences and experiences. So I'll go first, and if you guys will leave your answers in the comments, hold on, give me one moment. Let me just go ahead and fix the camera. One moment. That's the monitor. Oh gosh. Oh, that did not work how I thought it was gonna work. Hold on. Oh gosh. Hold on. All right, that's a little bit better. I was just trying to center it. Again, guys, we are speaking on your experiences of datings in the 20s and 30s. So we'll go ahead and get started. Yes. So mainly the difference is that when you're dating in your 20s, I believe that we're dating for more so just to get experience. A lot of times people will find themselves in situations where not per se that they'll not want to date to marriage by any chance, but for the most part, they are trying to figure out on what exactly they want in a partner and what exactly they're looking for in a life partner. So when you're dating in your 20s, you're kind of going through all those experiences. You're trying to go ahead and navigate that as well too. So a big thing for people is that they are looking at a lot of different scopes of dating. So a huge aspect for our young generation is that they are confused if they even want to get married or if they want to even consider settling down with someone. So marriage isn't always an option for certain people, which is a real big reason why we're speaking on this today. We spoke yesterday on the changing your name when you get married as far as hyphenating it. And then today we're speaking on the actual experiences that people have with dating in their 20s and 30s. So if you guys can leave your experiences in the chat, how everything has been working with you as far as your dating life is gone. shoot, for me, it's been all over the place. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's been sometimes where everything is working good, and then sometimes where things are, kind of going in the opposite direction. You feel me? So it's a reflection of, I don't know if it's me or other people in their decision making, but yeah, again, we'll wait for a couple people to join into the live. If you want to join the live, again, the link is in the chat. You can go ahead and click the link. There is no app for you to download. You just come right on the stream. If you want to join the conversation, that's completely fine as well. So just one moment while I just get this other thing set up, and then we'll go ahead and get the live started for you guys and go from there. I just got to hook my phone up to a charger, and then we'll be good to go. All right, there we go. We are hooked up there. And then we also have our notes right here. Sorry, new mic, guys. So it's a little bit sensitive with, if you touch right here, it mutes the mic. So obviously I didn't realize that was going to happen. Hey, look, we are in a process. Look, okay. Also an update too. We were able to get our gaming PC and everything set up as well. So now we're working on the difference in softwares to get everything communicating. So we more than likely will go live after this live tonight to give you guys a a live stream tonight as well as far as the gaming goes. So we might do 2K, we could do Call of Duty, and there are some games now. Since we have a gaming PC, we can also go on Steam. So hey, and if you got something to say, please drop it in the chat. If you want to join a live, ask to join live. I'll bring you on as well. Hey, so that's how we're going to do it. Again, we're speaking on our dating experiences in our 20s and also in the 30s as well. Let's see, and if we have anyone in the chat who wants to share their thoughts, that's completely as fine as well. And look, and also share out to your friends. Follow the stream too, because again, we're going live daily. Sorry about the late start tonight. We were supposed to go live at 9:30. Again, we just got a new setup, so we were working on the kinks, working out the difference in the software and things of that nature too. So we are again just getting everything started for you guys, trying to keep everything moving in the right direction. So I guess we can go ahead and get started. But yeah, I mean, dating in your 20s is very important because you are now building up your future. Again, you can find someone in your 20s that can, you can build with. And at the same time, it is very important to understand where they're at mentally. So when we're dating in our 20s, a lot of times we could just be, let's see, I don't know about you guys, but I know I'm still in my 20s right now. So it's been a different experience for me. Some of the women that I have dated, they're serious about, you feel me, want to build a family and want to take things serious. And then you got other ones who are still kind of on the fence in regards to hold on, sorry about that. Okay, so they're still on the fence as far as like what they want. It could be a career choice. And that's also a big discussion as well, is that when you're dating in your 20s, you're still figuring out what you want to do as far as your career wise. Whether you still want to finish school, if you're in school, you feel me? If you're open up a business, some people are starting different career choices as too. So that's also plays a factor into that as well. The difference between the 20s and 30s, though, is that when you're dating somebody who's in their 30s, they're more so looking at the total landscape of building, actually settling down and wanting to build a family. That's kind of the differences between the 20s and 30s, in my opinion. And then overall, the difference aspect is, long story short, is that you are looking to really build something that is worth keeping. So in my 20s, I've tried that same approach with different women. Some has been successful, some haven't. A good more of the time is going to be successful though, because again, you got to go out there and really explain your thinking to a woman and let her know that, hey, this is what we're looking towards doing. You feel me? So, and if you're new to the chat, again, share the live out to your friends. Anyone who'll be interested in this conversation. We are speaking on dating in your 20s and 30s. So let's get the conversation rolling and let's actually get a deep dive on it. So we'll be speaking about the dating in your 20s and 30s. Also speaking on the difference in Black culture and the importance of it. Today is Juneteenth, so we are giving a little bit of highlight of the Black culture and our impact that it's having on our country. And then outside of that, we'll speak on a couple other topics down the line too. So again, if you guys are interested in joining the live, the link is in the chat. For my TikTok followers, you will probably have to go to either my Facebook, Twitch, or Kick or YouTube to get the link. It was not letting me pin it in the chat here on TikTok as well. But again, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Just let me one moment. I'll just pull up the rest of the topics and then we'll go ahead and get the live started for you guys. But yeah, again, I hope everyone's having a great a great Friday, you know. So and today's been a good day for me. You feel me? So it's also been a very interesting proponent in regards to our importance for Juneteenth. You know, how do you guys feel about the national holiday being a federal holiday? And also, do you guys feel like actually being celebrated at a good rate in America? Okay, so let me just pull up the rest of our topics, and then we'll go ahead and get started on that as well for you guys. Sorry about that. So it's a little bit different today because actually have the phone on TikTok going live. So I have to go ahead and manually scroll through these topics to make sure I have everything being covered. And then I'll go ahead and get started for you guys in a more detailed manner. Red flags. Okay. See, we got some good topics for you guys too, and I'm not gonna hold you. All right, and sorry about that. All right, we are back on TikTok as well. Sorry about that, guys. We were just going ahead and make sure we have our list of topics here for you. So again, guys, listen, we are going to start with the topics now. So I'm going to go right into it, and then again, if you want to join the live, just ask the request to join. If not, hey, sit back for a good conversation. We'll go live for probably about 2 hours tonight with the broadcast, and then after that, we'll in the stream, and then we'll come back live for you guys once we get the game and get everything situated. We'll go live later on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick in regards to streaming the game and content. So we're doing both tonight. We're doing a solo broadcast first. If anybody wants to join a live, that's completely okay. If not, hey, we know how to keep the live going and keep it entertaining for you guys. So yes, let's go ahead and get it started. So dating in your 20s, the difference between dating in your 20s and 30s. Here's the main difference. One side that you have a lot of time, the other side is that the biological clock is ticking. That's the difference between dating in your 20s and 30s. The mentality is going to be different as well. So you should know what you're looking for in a partner by the time you reach your 30s. And if you don't, then you need to fix your standards and get your mind right. The real difference is that in your 20s is that you're still building up. So you're building up your career. You're building up your savings, you're building up your finances, you're building up your credit, you're building up a lot of different aspects in your life. And then in your 30s, you should kind of have a good balance of things. You should kind of understand exactly where everything is going. You feel me? So if you don't have those things in order by the time you reach your 30s, then you shouldn't be dating at all. You should be more so focused on having your priorities in order. That's kind of the difference between your dating in 20s and 30s. Also, the seriousness of people again. When you're out there dating in your 20s, you're going out there for a lot of fun. You feel me? You may just be looking for something for a quick moment or something for it could be long term for the most part, but for the most part, people are going short term to long term. You feel me? And it's opposite in your 30s. You're more so dating for long term, and then you have the short term aspect of it. You feel me? And again, if you're new to the stream, go ahead and hit a like. Share it out to your friends, and let's get this conversation going. If you want to join a live, again, you can go ahead and click the link or request on TikTok to join the screen as well. I'll bring you guys on. That's completely fine as well. This is not just a solo dialogue. I really want to get you guys engaged or on the live so we can actually have a live conversation as well. But if you want to sit back and just listen to my voice talk the whole time, I'm completely cool with that. So again, those are kind of like the basics when it comes to your dating in the 20s and 30s. And the most important thing though is marriage. So marriage is always going to be a huge topic of conversation for people. More so being that is marriage even a thing? You feel me? So when I say a thing, is it something that people actually want to do, or is it just for a time being? Is it more so just of a mindset where you're looking to actually stay with that person long term, or you just kind of just want to see where things go? You feel what I'm saying? So when you're in your 20s, you're looking where things are going to go, so you're kind of taking it step by step. Overall, you could go be a little bit slower, you go a little bit faster. At the same time, the other person may be more so in the mindset of, hey, let's lock things in now and then actually, progress as time goes on. That's what the difference is in your 20s. When you reach those 30s, it's also just everything's kind of, it should be more laid out for you. You should kind of know what you're looking for in a partner. You should know what your do's and don'ts, the red flags, the green flags, whatever you guys want to label it as. Those things should be more concrete for you because now you have experience. You should be a more seasoned person. You feel me? Like a seasoned veteran. If you're doing a sport, if it's your first couple years out there, you got a learning curve. You feel me? But by the time you reach years 6, 7, and 8, you should be a better overall player. It's the same thing in the dating world. If you're out there in your 20s, it's kind of a learning curve. You're learning what people like and what you don't like about your partners and stuff like that. And then it's by the time you reach your 30s, you should at least have a good list of an idea, at least, of what you're looking for in a partner and really what you want to settle down with. Also, the financial stability when you're in your 30s should be better than it while you're in your 20s. You feel me? So when you're in your 30s, financial stability is going to be a big thing as well for you. That's also the huge difference. So people are looking at it from a lot of different angles, but those are the angles that I look at it between when you're dating in your 20s and 30s. It's always going to be around mentality. Number one is going to be mentality of the person that you're talking to. Number two is going to be their financial stability. Are you able to handle your finances? Are you able to, you know what I'm saying, be able to pay your bills on time? If you need help with things, are you able to communicate that as well? So communication for some people is going to be number one, two, or three. Those are kind of the list of orders that you want to have it in, or at least the order that it should be in. You feel me? So that's mainly my point on the 20s and 30s. The real big difference is those three things. It's going to be the maturity slash mentality, the mental the financial stability of that person, or the communication skills as well that that person is going to have for you. So what do you guys think in the chat? What's the difference between the dating in your 20s and 30s? What's your experience been like out here in the dating world? Has it been everything that you hoped for? Are you able to find a partner? Do you have a partner? Are you in a committed relationship? Are you married? So leave that comment in the chat, guys, and we'll go from there. You feel me? Like for me, I'm a single, I'm 28. I'm enjoying my freedom. I don't say freedom like that, but I'm enjoying just my time to myself. It's allowed me to really invest into myself, into my craft. This is part of the craft right here. You feel me? Overall, it's been a great experience for me. I have had really no bad experience dating. Every woman I've dated it's been a pleasure. You feel me? I chose to be single. You feel me? So it's a little bit different. When you have the option of being single, you kind of maneuver a little bit different. You feel me? I could be in a relationship, and then it's like like it's cool and all. You feel me? But I don't know. I put it like this: a relationship is cool, but when you really want to lock in on something, if she's not benefiting you in regards to supporting you in every move, and if it's at some point becoming a deterrent, that's when it's like relationship is probably something you put on the back burner. That's how I look at it. Some people look at it differently. They would rather, you know what I'm saying, stay in a relationship or be in a relationship while they're still trying to build. I'd rather build my stuff up first, and then if I get in a relationship later, cool. If not, I at least know that I taken the time to really invest into my craft, really invest into myself. You feel me? A lot of times the resources and time will go into my partner, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just while you're trying to build something, it's like I kind of got to put the time and resources more so into myself. I can't. I don't see. I hate saying the word waste because that's kind of like how you view dating. I don't view it as a waste of time. It's actually something that I actually love doing. It's more so the fact of the mentality of the woman I dated is just different. Some are ready to settle down. They want to move in right away. It's like, I don't know about that. And then other ones you could be like, on me, I could be ready for us to move forward and move in. And then it's like they could be hesitant on it. You feel me? So it's also that's why I say communication is going to be the biggest skill in between all these things. You feel me? Communication, the mental maturity, the mental stability, and also the financial stability. That's a huge thing for me. Like I'm not dating a woman who isn't financially stable on her own. It's just not something I would do. That's mainly how I view things. It could be, hey, it's different from how other people view things, and it's what's the name? And guys, thank you for liking the stream. If you can also share it out as well, we would appreciate it. Get the algorithm going in our favor. But yeah, so that's how I feel. You feel me? It's not right or wrong. I also think that we all have our difference in opinion of what we consider a good dating experience and a bad dating experience. But again, leave your experience in the chat and let me know what you guys view. How you guys view dating in your 20s and 30s as well before we move on to our next topic. So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to go ahead and get your thoughts out. If you want to comment on that, sure, that's completely fine. And thank you guys for the likes. Again, share the live out and we'll go ahead and get started with that. Again, we're new to the streaming and everything like that. So eventually we'll have everything communicated properly and our times won't be all mixed up together with setting up software and all those things like that. You feel me? So that's our thoughts on our datings in 20s and 30s. Now, let's move on to the importance of Black culture because that's also important today. You know, with oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifts in there. Yeah, that's the first gift we got on the channel, so I appreciate it. Oh, appreciate my dad's in there. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Hey, good looks. And thanks for the likes too, Jesse. I appreciate it as well. That's my Dukes in there too. So shout out to her and shout out to my pops for supporting on TikTok. I definitely appreciate y'all. And then we also going to speak on the importance of Black culture. So again, today is Juneteenth. For people who don't know, it's technically the day that Blacks, I guess you could say, were freed. You know, you have your Emancipation Proclamation Day, and then you also got the day where they could say Juneteenth is the day we actually were free in 1865. But we want to speak on the importance of Black culture and today in America, where so many things have been credited to us in regards to. Oh, sorry. Man. Yeah, and again, hoping you guys are having a good night too. So tell me how your night is going in the chat too. If you can, comment where you're from. Also, you just state your name, comment where state or city you're in as well. Again, we're pushing out a lot of positivity tonight, so it's not really attacking anyone or anything like that. We're just trying to highlight the importance of our people, and then also highlight these conversations as well that will be going over different topics and things like that. So, okay, so we're going to speak on the importance of Black culture in America. So, number one, we all know, and without Black culture, it's more than likely America wouldn't function the way it's functioning. So, I'm gonna point back here to this little poster that I got right here. So, these people right here are monumental to where we're at today in America. First, speaking with Barack Obama, as we all know, first African American president in United States history. And then you have the likes of Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights activists pushing a peaceful protest for our people to get treated fairly between, just treated fairly, whether it's water fountains, whether it's, whatever the case may be, just to get treated fairly. And then you got a Nelson Mandela, who is also a Nobel Peace Prize winner, is also someone who pushes a lot of positivity and togetherness in regards to not looking at skin color to determine someone's character and morals. Also important. Then you got Malcolm X, someone who didn't stand for the peaceful protests of it, but his overall messaging can't be erased because of, for the Nation of Islam, and also for his importance on Black culture. He also spoke a lot about your mental maturity that a lot of people need to have, and also being aware of how the government is dividing our neighborhoods and dividing our culture into different segments that would hinder our people instead of helping our people. So him and Martin Luther King could have had the same message, yes, but how they went about it was completely different, which also makes it unique and also makes it very interesting to understand, because sometimes when you're looking at a difference in the side of history and how history relates to each other, you gotta take the blinders off and just be honest with certain situations. Black culture is something that is a mixture of culture from all around the world. It's not just American culture. So that's the importance of Black culture. It's not just American culture, because it can never just be that. You feel me? So when you have the Caribbean, you have the people that come over from Africa. So we talking about Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, all African countries, you feel me? Not just the continent itself, but we're speaking of all the specific countries as well that have a huge population in America. These people represent Black culture as well too, because yes, we share the same skin color. They may not call themselves Black per se, but we share the same culture in a way, because our ancestry lines, number one, they gonna connect to one of these countries in Africa or the Caribbean islands per se. You feel me? So that's a part of the Black culture. And then also, if you look at the impact that has on our music today, in regards not to just hip hop or rap, but just the Afro beats, talking about pop music, talking about R&B. If you're looking at the samples that the music is done from, a lot of it is influenced from overseas. You feel me? So that's the importance of Black culture just right then and there. And then economically, you're speaking on a Black purchasing power and a Black spending power. So a lot of our money may go into these retail. It may go into any type of spending to boost the economy, which obviously our system that realizes that, so they target us to spend our money in certain areas. You feel me? So Black culture is a lot. It's not just like I say, it's not just about Juneteenth, and it's not just about us having Black Lives Matter or something like that. We're speaking on all aspects. Our impact that we have, not only in sports and music, but we have impact as far as our lawyers, our doctors. We have impact as far as business owners, The list goes on. Teachers, guidance counselors, you know, behavioral health is also a huge impact as well. And again, it is men's mental health awareness. So we also need to speak on how there is a huge suicide rate with young Black men out there. So the importance of Black culture is to come together and support our young Black men, for them to have a safe and sound environment around them, for them to voice their opinions, voice how they're feeling, and not feel left out. Because a lot of times people will not say things, or they'll hold in how they exactly they feel, because they don't feel the necessary support, or think they have support. So we got to speak on those aspects of Black culture to bring awareness to those issues as well. And Black cultures, again, is more deeper than just music. It's more deeper than just your swag or how you carry yourself. It's also your morals. It's also your character. It's also your dialect. You feel me? We have what they say, the AAVE. Um, a form of slang, if you want to call it, or a form of dialect between African Americans or quote unquote Black people. So those things right there is also a part of the culture. So Black culture is a very broad term, but it's very impactful on our day-to-day life, in the enhancements of a lot of things. So not only are we impactful in sports, again, sports entertainment, but we're also impactful for in the world of business, where we have a lot of innovation, a lot of advancements due to the Black innovation. So you got to shout out to all the people out there, um, creators as well, content creators. That's a part of Black culture too, in regards to moving that next wave of influencers out there, as far as from YouTube, whether it's Twitch, whether, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times our people are one of the pioneers in these movements, and they may not be getting credit. But again, that's for us to highlight and actually give them the credit that they are looking for, or that they deserve, to be honest. So again, Black culture is more than just, we're more than just sports, we're more than just entertainment. Don't fall into the propaganda that is labeling, that the label is throwing on to you guys. And again, if you want to add to the conversation, just go ahead and leave um your comments in the chat. Again, if you're on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, you can always join via the link if you want to hop on live and give your takes as well. So you feel me? TikTok, if you want to hop on, you can just ask to join the stream, or the live, and we'll go ahead and bring you on. So that's really, to me, the importance of Black culture. And again, it's deeper than just what the eye sees. It's from your day-to-day activities. And if you're Black or a minority, you all have an impact on our culture as well. So there is a way for you to go ahead and to improve the culture too. If you don't like what you're seeing out there, you could be a change. You feel me? Go ahead and be that person to change it. Too many times we speak out on negativity. Excuse me about that. Too many times we speak on negativity, but we aren't the ones going ahead to put a plan of action together. So that's also my challenge to you guys is, don't be the person who sits back on their hands to complain about something. Be the person that seeks innovation, that seeks change. Put together a plan of action so we can go ahead and actually make change in this world. You feel me? So that's how you impact Black culture. That's how you impact your environment. That's how you impact your community, by putting together a plan of action and actually being that person who wants to be the difference that they want to see in the world. That's what you have to be. You have to do that yourself first before you put that on any other race or any other culture to do so. So that's my challenge to you guys, in regards to that nature. So that's it. I ain't going, you know what I'm saying, going a long tangent about Black history. Again, this is more so of a positive stream, and that's what we're going to keep it at. Keep it positive and keep it flowing. You feel me? And that's what we want to do. So we'll go ahead and move on to our next topic as well. So and we're going to speak on a lot tonight. So now we're on the topic of chemistry and compatibility. So this is going back to the relationship. You can have chemistry with someone that you're dating. Things can hit off back. So for me, it's like I go on the first date with somebody. It could be perfect. You feel me? Hey, sometimes she may even offer to pay. Listen, if she offered to pay on the first date, the chemistry is theirs. It's like, now, listen. All jokes aside, you guys were on a date with someone and everything just seemed to be perfect. And you're thinking, so when I go on dates, sometimes the woman will say, oh, it feels too good to be true. And I tell them, like, why do you think that? Like, why can't things just be good? You feel me? Now that you think things are too good to be true, I don't think we're compatible. That's where I go. That's why I say chemistry and versus compatibility. It's two sides to the tokens with that one. You feel me? Because our chemistry could be there, but we may not be compatible mentally. My mental is always going to be how things start is how things should always go. In her eyes, it may just be how things start. It may not. It's not always going to go that way. So I'm just like, No, we gotta let's reel it back a little bit and let's speak on this. So for the chemistry aspect, you can hit it off the bat with somebody right off top. And hey, I appreciate you guys joining the TikTok stream as well. And guys, thank you again for the like. If you can share the live out to any of your friends who may be interested in this conversation. And we also appreciate it if you guys do leave a comment as well. Give me your thoughts on chemistry and compatibility in a relationship. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think it's actually important to have chemistry, or is it more important to be compatible with your partner? You feel me? So for me, I think it's important you got to have both. Chemistry in my eyes is more so that we're on the same train of thought and our thought process is the same, our goal process is the same, but we can have different goals, but how we attack day to day, you feel me, makes us compatible. So if I'm a hard worker and she's a hard worker, we shouldn't butt heads in that way. But if I'm a hard worker and she isn't as a hard worker, it's not really gonna be compatible long term. You feel what I'm saying? So that's more so along the lines of the chemistry versus compatibility. So how do you guys determine how your partner and your chemistry is with your partner and what makes you compatible? You feel me? So if you can, go ahead and leave your answer in the chat and we'll see what you guys have to say in regards to that. And again, thank you guys for sharing out the live and also thank you again for the likes as well. Again, we're new to the, you know what I'm saying, broadcasting thing. So we will start being more consistent with our time frame. But just understand that we are going live every night. Again, the content is out on all of our social pages every day. So all my channels are Mal_Stacks, and our Twitch is HHX Mal. You feel me? So that's also where we're at with that too. So if you guys want to catch any of our lives, as far as gaming or solo broadcasts like this, when we do interesting topics, some nights we will have people join the live, so you'll be able to see not just myself, but I do invite other guests on too. So some nights we will have more than one person on the live too, alongside with me, in regards to giving our thoughts on the topics at hand. So we'll go ahead and uh, move on to our next topic as well. So this one right here is red flags that we find in people who are attracted. So a lot of times when people are dating, they ignore all red flags because someone is attractive. I don't believe that that should be a case, but hey, like, I'll be honest. If I see a woman that look good and she's single, a red flag probably gonna pop in my head that either she crazy or something ain't right. You feel me? Not all the time though. And it's not judging them. I'm saying prejudging them. It's just kind of like where my thought process goes. And as our conversation will happen, I'm not really necessarily looking for a red flag to just, I'm saying, cut her off. But it is very important to understand that a lot of people have these quote unquote red flags, but because we're attracted to them, we go ahead and just dismiss of those flaws in them. So for instance, if you're dating someone, hold on. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Our screen was frozen for a second. I had to refresh it real fast. Yeah, sorry about that. And again, thank you guys for the support tonight as well. For our TikTok followers as well, we'll be going live every day as far as TikTok goes. It's just more so of us getting the setup with everything else to communicate all of our channels. But yes, in regards to the red flag conversation, don't ignore the red flag just because someone is attractive. That is something that I know as men we do all the time. You feel me? Whether a girl got was a nice rack or, you know what I'm saying, she carrying a wagon, we get distracted by those two things. She may not even have the prettiest face, but if she got a pretty face and those things as well, I'm pretty sure most men are going to want to, you know what I'm saying, talk to her and could ignore the red flags. And a red flag in that case could be that she could be in my eyes, these are my red flags at all, man. She's not motivated. And I say not motivated, don't mean she don't got a job. I mean, like, she doesn't have no motivation to want to progress. So like, I dated someone who I had to eventually had to break up with because she didn't want to progress any further than where she was already at in her career. And her career was just starting. You feel me? I'm like, oh, how don't you want to progress in your career and you just starting out at the job? Like, that makes no sense to me. You want to stay at this level, or you don't want to progress to, you don't gotta be a manager or someone at your job, but you can move to, like, you know, and we're speaking corporate America, we have individual contributor roles, things of that nature, where you can be either paid as much as a manager or, you know what I'm saying, get along that same pay or around the same pay hourly instead of having to go salary as well. You feel me? So those type of conversations, if she isn't there mentally and motivated in her career to do better, I'm automatically gonna, that's a red flag. You're done off that one. Another red flag is not understanding not being able to read a room or to understand with the environment that you're in. So if every environment you're acting the same, loud, yelling, yeah, that's a red flag for me. I like my woman to be kind of like, you know what I'm saying, reserved. I like when a woman got to talk though. You can't be reserved and not talk. When I'm saying reserved, it's like carry yourself as a lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not tripping when I want that. It's like because I carry myself as a man when I'm out there. I'm not out there embarrassing you or anything like that. So don't do this vice versa to me. Another red flag is double standards. I dislike double standards in anything, especially in a relationship. So if that's another portion of not being able to communicate what you don't like in a partner, but you also are doing those same things. Oh yeah, that's a red flag. That's a red flag right there. And she could be bad and everything. That's a red flag for me. You feel me? Also, being late. I'm an on-time person. It's a hold on, my bad. Sorry about that. I thought somebody said it was a race war. I'm like, what? But I think that might be that actually might be their TikTok name. My bad. Sorry. Shout out to you though. Hey. Yo, what? I don't know who this person is, but okay, hold on. Okay, my bad. I thought he was. That's just the person's name. I think he might actually be commenting that. I don't know. I don't know if he's speaking to me or not. But long story short, right? So I was going back. Let me recheck, right? So a couple of red flags for me is definitely if someone's late, I cannot stand a person who is late. Like I'm an on time person, and I'm saying on time. I'm not saying an event starts at 4. We have to be there at 4. But if we have a reservation for a date, okay, let's we got to be there on. I want to be there on time because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's paying. You feel me? So I like to be on time for the dates that I'm at. That's rule number one. If I'm paying for a date, we're for sure going to be on time. My money is my time, so that's how I look at it. You feel me? So out of respect, let's just be on time. If I'm picking you up, let's just be ready by the time I'm picking you up. You have more than enough time. Um, Communication is also going to be a big thing too. So if she can't communicate that she's running late, you gotta go. If she's running late consistently, you gotta go. You feel me? I don't run a tight ship with everything, but certain things, as in my time, oh yeah, I respect that. It has to be respected. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You feel me? So those are my red flags. You feel me? I'll say additionally, if she asks for money. Now, listen, I'm all about supporting your partner and everything. If she needs help, cool. But for me, as a red flag, if you constantly need help, like, I already got a dependent, which is my son. That's you feel me? That's a given. Outside of him, I'm not required to take care of anybody financially unless I put a ring on your finger. And if I put a ring on your finger, ain't no way I'm putting a regular finger who's gonna always need something. You feel what I'm saying? So those are my red flags. Do you guys have red flags in regards to your dating life, or you know what I'm saying? You can comment in the chat. And if you guys want to join us, if you guys want to join a live, hold on, son, you cannot fit right here. You can sit right over there, but you cannot be able to fit right here. And sorry about that, yo. I got my son. He's trying to squeeze, and actually, you won't be able to play the game though, okay? Because it's not on right now. So you got to just sit down. All right. Just sit over. Just you can sit right there. I got the lights right to count. Hold on, y'all. All right, sorry about that. And you know, like I said, I got my son. That's that's gonna be my dependent. That's gonna be the person I have to take care of. You feel me? And when I say I have to take care of, and he's my child. You feel me? My partner that I'm dating is not my child. So I'm assuming, not assuming, she's a grown woman. She's gonna be either my age or older, or a year younger. That's it. Red flag for me if you're not within that year. I don't think I've even dated somebody 2 years younger than me. So a year is kind of like the cutoff. I don't date too much younger than me. I just I don't have the mental capacity to sit there and date with somebody younger than me, that much younger than me. Because it's like I know you don't have anything to offer to me that's really gonna be beneficial to me right now. Like I'm trying to, if I'm trying to build something with somebody, I don't want her to be 21, 22, 23. For me, I'm 28. You gotta be 27 around there. 27, 28, 29. At one point out there, I was like 24. I was dating like 5 years older. You feel me? Because I'm looking for the mental maturity of the person. So, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's still the same thing. I was dating older women, and then boy, my age, I was like, damn, there's really no difference out here, but like, what the hell's going on? But long story short is that those are kind of like those things I'm talking about. Attractive women, but they can still have red flags. Attractive woman, but she got high debt or something. Hey, again, my standards are my standards. I don't know about you, but if I'm dating somebody, they got a lot of debt, she gotta go. Because I don't have a lot of debt. You feel me? I got 20,000 in student loan. I can be transparent because my loans aren't bad. I got 20,000 in student loans. I can pay that off. You know what I'm saying? over time. You feel me? So that's reasonable. But if she's talking about she got 100,000, 150, oh no. I'm sorry, mom. Yeah, listen, you got the wrong one. You're a great woman and everything, but you might have to, what I'm saying, gotta find someone else to take care of you. I'm sorry, man. So that's just how I rock. And again, when I say red flags, those are red flags to me. You guys can have your own red flags. So if you want to have a different set of red flags, just go ahead and comment in the chat. And hold on, who's this Johnny dude? Oh, Johnny, hold on. You still in here? Because if you still in here, I'm gonna invite you on. See what you gotta say, man. I'm pretty sure he don't got nothing to say in here about it. Gotta be, but you gotta care for them troll. I like the trolls, so I'll be trolling people too. I don't mind the trolling stuff. But listen, all right. So we'll go ahead on to our next topic as well, guys. Let's see. All right. So on our next topic, we're gonna speak on closure. How closure is overrated. Oh, 100% closure is overrated. Listen, I remember I was trying to work out something with somebody, and they were talking about they needed closure from something that happened years ago. You know what I thought in my head? I don't know what you even. Where's you didn't get closure all this time? Like you want to wait until now to bring something up from? Listen, in my brain, I don't remember things. I mean, I remember stuff from last week or a month ago. So for me to remember something from years ago is for sure, in my opinion, I think closure is overrated. And the reason why I say it's overrated is because I'm in a self accountability person. So I hold myself accountable for all my actions and everything that I do. So I'm pretty sure if something was bothering me, I'm going to go ahead and work on resolving that issue back. I'm saying back then. I'm not going to worry about resolving an issue with somebody at that point in time. You feel me? Or I need you to have a conversation with me in order for me to get over something. No. Let's reel it back a little bit and really go to the and meet things head on. I deal with things when they're there. So if something's on my mind or needs me to address, then I'll deal with the closure issue right then and there. I don't feel like we should be addressing something years down the line because you never opened up or talked to me about something. As we're thinking about in a relationship context, you feel me? So if you guys think closure is important in a relationship or it's important in what I'm saying, you to work out something, if you're working out something with an ex or a previous partner, is closure important to you? Because it's not important to me does not mean it's not important to you. So I want you guys to really go ahead and give me your answers in there. And if you're new to the stream, thank you for tuning in. If you can follow the page, again, we go live every night. Around 9 o'clock, 9:30 is when we'll start going live. And then also, we will also be doing a lot of joint collaborations down in the future too. So this page is just starting out. And we're going to grow. So we're being patient with a lot of stuff, guys, but we're going to be bringing you a lot of content, not just relationship, not just dating advice. We cover sports, we cover politics, we cover history in America and around the world. We cover topics about everything. You feel me? So we're a very diverse page. We also bring awareness to diabetes. So that is our main purpose, is just to bring awareness to diabetes. Like for myself, I'm a type 1 diabetic. So I'm trying to bring awareness to diabetes and let people know how you can still live a full life of excitement. You can still pursue your dreams while being a diabetic. So we are pushing a positive message for people with diabetes for us to have a better support group as well. So that's the overall concept of our page, is to not just be a one lane, we're like a one shoe fits all type person. You feel what I'm saying? So again, if you're new to the stream, and if you like the content, go ahead and follow the page. Again, these are daily lives, and also we post content daily too. And then we do a lot of community engagement too. So if you're a gamer like me, there'll be nights like this where we will be going live and streaming. You feel me? Streaming the game. Now I have Steam, and also I'm on Xbox, so everything is cross-platform. And then also I got Steam too. So if you have a PC and you want to game with your boy, hey, we can set things up too. I'm new to the gaming side and the PC world. I just got the PC today. You feel me? But hey, that's what we're looking to grow our page and all that aspects. But yeah, let me ask you guys again: is closure overrated, or do you think it's important in terms of a relationship? And how do you guys feel about that? And if you can, leave a like on the live, and also share the live out. It helps us out with bringing in new viewers, and also for people to be to check us out down the road too. So we definitely appreciate all the support too from you guys. And hopefully, if you want to come on a live, that's completely fine. Again, if you're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook or Kick, the live is in the chat. Sorry, the link is in the chat. And if you're on TikTok, just request to join a live and we will bring you on. We need to have some dialogue with you guys to see if some of these topics, how you feel about them. Do you, again, I ask you guys before I move on to the next topic, do you think closure is important in terms of a relationship or closure, any relationship, not just dating, in terms of dealing with people, it could be your parents, it could be a grandparent, an uncle, an aunt, a friend, a colleague at work. You feel me? The whole nine. Do you guys think closure is important? For me, again, I think it's overrated. When I say overrated, it's important in the terms of you need to communicate people at all times. I just don't believe that you should wait years down the line. And the personal experience that I had was like a relationship that I had with my dad. You feel me? If conversation was had probably a couple years prior, our relationship would have been better down the road. But hindsight 2020, we have to communicate and open our mouth. You feel me? So that's something I learned on my end. You feel me? So that's when I realized I was like, hold on, you know what? Sometimes you really just got to go out there and have these tough conversations with people because you never really know what someone is thinking. You may think one way, but they could actually be thinking completely different. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of holding back on our thoughts, we really got to be out there and really pushing this image, pushing this out there. You feel me? So, and thank you to the people who are joining live, especially on our TikTok. As you can, follow the page, leave a like, and share the live out to anybody out there. Also, if you can, comment your name and what city you're from or what state you're at. If you feel more comfortable commenting your state, if you don't want to comment your state, just comment your name. Hey, say hi. You feel me? So I appreciate you guys joining live. Again, leave a like if you can. It's no pressure. You feel me? We just trying to grow our TikTok following and grow our community on TikTok as well as on the other streaming platforms too. So again, I'm asking you guys one more time, is closure overrated in terms of keeping a relationship together or in terms of building a further relationship forward? So if you guys want to comment your thoughts on that, that's completely fine. If not, we are going to move on to the next topic because again, we have a lot of hard-hitting questions. And this is the good part about when you're first starting out as a content creator is that you'll get a lot of content out there. You feel me? So people are going to like it. People are going to be intrigued in it, but you just got to keep going. You feel me? So my message to anybody, I'll give you time to answer that comment if you want to. My message to anybody who's looking to create content, just do it. Just hit live or hit post. Just go ahead and do it. Don't worry about your engagement. Don't worry about your likes. Don't worry about your comments. Just go ahead and do it. The worst thing you can do is never pursue what you want to do in this country, especially in America. Now, if you're in another country around the world, I can't speak on your guys' laws but however it is out there. But especially in America, we have a lot of opportunity here to pursue our dreams. We just got to kind of like bring our mindset together. You feel me? And also, we need to adapt. We spoke a little bit about black culture earlier. Sometimes we got to adapt what other cultures are doing too. So don't fall into the end-all be-all version of black culture where we're pushing our kids out at 18. We're not supporting their dreams. That's the negative side of black culture. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a little bit of the multicultural aspect of look at these families who stay together. Till their kids are 25, 30 years old. Then their kids can go out there, they can purchase property and they can do different business ideas. They can go ahead and finish school. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta be more of that train of thinking in order to progress your family. Our families are so quick to just move our kids away and just, hey, you go do your own thing. And it works, yes. But at the same time, it can hinder how successful they could be in a way. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I mean. Just look at it from that perspective and not all the time from the other lane. But we'll move on to our next topic as well. Hold on. Okay. And then we'll speak on this topic too, because this is also good. But not everyone deserves access to you. You need to limit access to people who are considered leeches, who are considered financial drains, who are emotionally drain you, spiritually drain you. Like you ever pray for somebody over and over again, but they keep doing the same actions. Okay, so that person should not keep getting your attention. Like when I was in my men's meeting at the church, I said that. I said, listen, I can't force we were comparing how grown men still have little boy actions. You feel me? And I said, my thing is that if a grown man is still acting like a little boy, he'll never get it. And I'm not the man to sit there and to hold another man's hand while they're trying to figure things out, while they're trying to enter manhood. Listen, by the time you reach 25, you should have a better understanding of what it means to reach manhood. There's no reason why you're 30, 35, 40 years old and you're still having little boy actions. At some point in time, you got to grow up. You feel what I'm saying? At some point in time, you look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm doing BS. All right, let me change these things. Let me actually focus myself and actually get better at what I need to do in life. You feel what I mean? So you got to have that eternal motivation, my boy. Like, I can't force you to get that. And some people are going to continuously do that. But if, for like my son, if he had that issue, I would tell him the same thing. Yo, you gotta check yourself, bro. You gotta be ready to go ahead and move, man. You gotta be here. You gotta be ready to go. You gotta be ready to want to advance. Like, I can't put the battery in your back. You feel what I mean? Like, well, how do you expect me to do that for you? You're another human being. I can't do that. The most I can do is say a prayer for you. The most I can do is have a conversation with you. But after that, where does it go? And how long do I have to do this for you to understand it? You feel me? It's not giving up on somebody. At the same time, it's also you got to limit access to people who don't see the value in you. Because if you see the value in me, then I wouldn't have to keep having the same conversations with you. So at this point in time, I have to limit your access to me until you understand how to progress your life and how you understand how to think on your own and actually fill your shoes and actually walk in your destiny. Because we all have a destiny to walk in. You feel me? We all got a purpose to walk in. But it takes time to understand that. It takes time to realize those things. And if you are looking to understand what your destiny is or understand what your progress is or what your purpose is in life, well, by all means, take the time to understand those things, but you have to be intentional about it, not sit on your hands and want to wait. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I mean as far as limited access to people. When I say limit access, it's not cutting people off completely. It's just you got to just kind of dwindle back a little bit because I know people who will go above and beyond for individuals who won't even do the same for them if roles reversed. That's the point I'm trying to make. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sure you guys in the chat have had experience like that in your life too, where someone could be taking advantage of your good morals and your good behavior and your good character. At the same time, you're so good of a person that now you are looking at a completely different, you know what I'm saying, a completely different individual. So how do you guys feel about that in the chat? Should you be limited access to people like that? Like, do you think that's really a thing? Or I believe it is, but I want to know your guys' opinions on that. And how do you feel about that conversation? Have you had an experience where you had to limit access to someone at the same time? It felt like you were cutting a piece of you off, but you know, like you feel that burden being lifted. You feel what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. Like I said a prayer for somebody and a quick heartbeat. I'm quick to just say, hey, God, can you look out for X, Y, and Z real quick? Because I believe in the power of prayer. And it's not just, oh, fall back on religion, fall back on prayer. No, it's just that I can't replace what God can do for you in that regard. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I mean, guys. But how do you feel like that in the chat? Do you feel like it's important to limit access to people who don't take advantage of these type of situations? And thank you guys for joining the live. If you're new to the live, just leave a like and also share the live out too. If you want to join a live, that's completely fine too. The live is open for you guys to join. Just request on TikTok to join. And again, for my YouTube, Twitch, follow Twitch, Kick, and Facebook. The link is in the chat for you guys to join in there. But listen, we'll move on to the next topic as well because we want to keep these things going. All right, and our next topic is social media ruining the mystery. So yes, social media has ruined a lot of things for people, and I even in regards to like TV shows. I don't know about you guys, like I watch Power, but I have to watch Power at 12 a.m. Well, I guess it's Friday morning. You feel me? Because if I get on any other platform, it's going to be ruined. But social media ruined a lot of mystery about people as well too. Like the eye beholds the beauty of the individual, but at the same time, the eye can see everything now. You feel what I mean? So you at a point in time, well, we could say 20, 30 years ago, you would never had known it was this many attractive people on the world. But with social media, it has shown you that there's a lot of beautiful people in the world. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who just expose everything on social media. So that mystery of what have been is now ruined. You feel me? So that's one lane you could look at it. Another lane you could look at is that a lot of people are a lot more vulnerable on social media than they are actually talking to people in the real world. And again, if you're new to the stream, just hit a like. and share the live out too. Also follow for more because again, these are daily live. We go on live daily every night per se, but we're going to start doing probably a morning stream sometimes and a night stream, just to hit a different audience and stuff like that. But again, if you like this content, go ahead and hit a like, go ahead and follow, again for more. And also our lives are open to anybody that wants to hop on live and talk. Because listen, I can talk all night, which I'm going to do for you guys. We have another hour to go, so we have a lot of topics to go over. But it's very cool if you guys would join it live because we could have a dialogue at least about some of these topics. If not, again, I'll give you guys my opinion. And if you stay in a whole live, hey, you'll be entertained because not only I don't hold punches, I don't have a filter. I limit my cursing because I'm working on that point in time. And I'm trying to be better with not cursing all the time on live. But sometimes you gotta let a little F bomb, little S bomb out there, a lot of little BS out there, you feel me? So I'm working on being better and more professional in that terms. But at the same time, I'm still authentic to myself. So I'm gonna ask you guys one more time. Um, did social media ruin anything? And if it has, did it ruin the mystery of what it's like to live life? I think it ruined a lot of things for people because we compare ourselves so much to other people that we don't take the time to really enjoy things anymore. And that's the problem. You feel me? Do you like I enjoy my day-to-day life. Like you feel me? Like every day I wake up, I look forward to doing something. Like I look forward to taking my son to school. I look forward to going to work. I listen, I'm not going to work forever for the white man. You feel me? I'm gonna have my own. That's why I'm starting this journey too. But not just content creation. Content creation is a small portion. Again, I'm a diabetic, so I'm trying to bring awareness to diabetes and we can really work towards actually getting a cure. But to bring more awareness is to create content. To create content is to bring awareness, to open up people's ideas in their minds to understand diabetes. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where my purpose comes in. With social media, a lot of things are ruined because it looks fast track. You know what I'm saying? You may see somebody who's a streamer may pop off and go viral, but you're not seeing the year. It could be a year, 2 years, 3 years, and I'm streaming with a couple of followers in there. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times it ruins the mystery. It ruins the perception of progress, which a lot of people think things happen overnight and they don't. That's the whole point of where you got to believe in yourself. So I put a post up earlier and I said, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself can be anything that it means to you. Not, but I'm not how I want it, what I want it to mean, whatever it means to you, whatever you see that sentence, what does it mean to invest in yourself? You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to get to. Investing in yourself means this. You're taking ample time throughout the day to build your craft. Now, listen, that does not mean you have to go be an entrepreneur, a business owner. If you want to work, that is completely fine. Don't let people ruin the mindset of what it means to have a great job. It's nothing wrong with having a great job. You feel what I mean? So don't let that ideology or let that mindset change on how you perceive your day to day. So that's what I'm basically want people to understand. When you invest into your time, investing into yourself, that's whatever is to benefit you and your future, you and your family's future. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Whether you have kids or you don't have kids, whether you want to take care of your family or not, investing into yourself is what's important to you. You have to put yourself first and not put other people in front of you. That's all I meant by that post. You feel what I'm saying? So I had a couple people reach out to me and say, hey, thank you for starting your journey. Thank you for doing this because now I'm inspired to do mine. And all I told them was, yo, I'm glad you were inspired to do yours because it took me time to get out there and do it. But like, I've been wanting to do this since 2017, 2018. I just happened to have my son at 19 years old. So I couldn't just go out there and be a YouTuber and be, you know what I'm saying, broke and have a kid. What kind of shit is that? Nah, bro. Let me go work. Let me go find a good job. Let me figure out how I can take care of my child and work things out to make things better for our situation altogether. You feel what I'm saying? So there was a lot of times, a lot of nights where you know what I mean? I could have been started this journey, but at the same time, I had to be completely invested into this in order to understand the process because you can't half-ass things in life. So I'm not a half-ass type person. So I can't give you guys half-ass content and then go and do something else. It just doesn't work that way for me. I can only do something where I'm fully invested into it. So I was fully invested into working in corporate America at the time. It's just corporate America is very cutthroat. It's very slimy. It's very grimy. If you ever been in high school, I mean, we all been in high school, but corporate America is basically a grown version of high school. You feel what I mean? Where you really gotta watch the people you talk to from day to day because they all got an agenda in that work environment. And that's not a place of business I want to be in. I want to be in there to really progress in the finance world. You feel me? Because I love numbers. I love math. Always have, always will. But at the same time, I don't want to have to deal with the personal aspect of worrying about an employer one day saying, hey, we gotta let you go because we're short on numbers. Yeah, I mean, no. I want to be able to control my future. So in order to control my future, I had to invest into myself. What I deemed invested into myself was an invested into this equipment. This equipment is not necessarily going to be $1 million just off of rip. You feel what I mean? It's the day-to-day consistency to prove to myself that, hey, you can do whatever you put your mind to. You just really got to put your mind to it. That's all I mean by investing to yourself. So did social media ruin the mystery for a lot of things? Yes, social media did ruin a lot of things, but it also brought the other side of what your life can be like if you remain consistent on what you want to do. You feel me? At the same time, it put people in positions that they never would have been in if it was never created. Like for me, guys, I'll be honest with you. If there was no such thing as social media, I'd be doing the same thing that I'm doing to this day. You want to know why? Because when I was younger, my dad gave me two options. Hey, son, what do you want to be when you get older? You know what I told him? I want to be a police officer and I want to be a business owner. You know what I am today? I ain't either one of those yet. You know what I mean? But the mentality was you have to have a vision for yourself. And my vision for myself was to be a police officer. It's just that I became a diabetic. So things change. And that's life. You're going to have a plan. Sometimes God may put a detour in your road. It's not for you to get down and just not do anything. It's saying, hey, you become a police officer is beneficial to who exactly? It's not beneficial to me because it go against my actual moral compass. So how can I be a police officer, but at the same time, I'm a huge Malcolm X fan. I'm a huge Martin Luther King fan, a Barack Obama fan, Nelson Mandela fan. You feel what I'm saying? So it's going to go against my moral compass. So that was God's way of, I ain't saying he made me a diabetic for that reason. I'm just saying, sometimes things happen in your life and you just got to find the positivity in it. You feel what I mean? It's going to be a lot of times where things ain't going your way. Things didn't go my way. I've dealt with a lot of struggles. You feel me? A lot of health struggles. Things people won't know until I tell them. But at the end of the day, I still wake up and bust my ass every day. It don't matter if I'm a diabetic or not. It don't matter if I got something wrong with me or not. You feel what I mean? So instead of being upset about a condition that's a lifelong autoimmune disease, I learned and just say, hey, let me really go tackle this. Let me flip that. Let me flip the mindset of myself to be more empowering to attack this disease. You know what I mean? So just because you're a diabetic or you have any other disease out there, you ain't got to sit back with your hands and let that control your life and your day to day. Like you do what you got to do. Take your medication. Take the advice from the doctors. You can go see a holistic doctor for better natural remedies if you're into that type stuff. Like wherever it is, consult a professional, yes. But don't be rebellious against taking care of your health, regardless if you're healthy today or not. Don't be rebellious against that. That's rule number one. Because you can have all the ambition in the world, but if you don't take care of your health, all that shit go out the window because your health is going to be number one. You feel what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from. So again, when I put up a post saying invest in yourself, that's what I mean. People, invest into yourself. Really put time and effort into what you want to do. That's it. And this ain't. And I'm not going to go ahead and beat y'all in the head over and over and over again with that message. I'm just going to keep reiterating this fact though. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your visions. It's just starting, y'all. Like I know people who are 55, 60 years old, and they just now starting a new career. But there's nothing wrong with that because you have to see more in life. You're going to see the value in life more than anyone else. So always keep that in mind. People can't see the value in what you see the value in things. Just think about that for 1 second. How can someone tell you what you see value in? You know what I mean? That's like going to an art show or going to a garage sale. Somebody may sell you something for $5, but that same $5 you done spent, you may sell it for $50. You feel what I mean? You just seen something 10 times the value and something somebody just want to get rid of. So keep that in perspective when you out here in this world. Really understand that life is really, really, really difficult and really, really hard. But you got to be able to be sharp here to deal with a lot of that stuff. So at the same time, don't become a victim of your own mentality. Be better than that. Understand that you are better than having victim mentality, whether that's a victim mentality at work, at home, wherever it's at. Understand, victim mentality is going to be your biggest deter to your dreams and vision. I'm going to say it again. Victim mentality is going to be your biggest deter to your dreams and vision. Do you guys understand that? Like what I'm saying with that phrase? Like if you understand what I mean, leave a like for me in the chat. Just like this live for me if you guys are following me right now. Leave a like, comment or something, or share the live out so I understand you guys understand what I mean. When I say believing in yourself is the most important thing you can do, that's what I mean, guys. Out of all the stuff we're going to talk about tonight, I'm gonna stop here and say this: believe in yourself, believe in your vision, and do not give up, no matter what people say or think. You know how many people told me when I told them to create content? Well, why? Everybody creates content. What is that? What does that mean? Doesn't everybody got a job? Yes. Don't everybody go to college? Yes. Don't everybody go to trade school? Yes. Do people open their business? Yes. So what are you talking about? It just happens to be that you think what I want to do is in correlation to what you're doing, and it's not. Those are not two of the same things. What I want to do for my life is different from what you want to do in your life. But at the end of the day, we're both doing something to want to benefit push a positive message. So whether it's on stream or not on stream, whether you got a video camera or you don't have a video camera, at the end of the day, you should be trying to be a better human being. That's number one. Like money is one thing. Cool. Great character, great morals, great values. That means way more than having money, people. Like, really understand that. If you're a dead broke today, you could fall back on having great character and great morals and great values. Why? Because your support system is going to be there to uplift you if you fell broke today. You feel what I mean? But if you're a bad person, if you treat people horribly because you got a lot of money today, but if you go dead broke tomorrow, those people not going to, they're going to see you fail. They're going to wish failure on you. And the power of prayer, the power of the tongue is something that a lot of people don't understand, that it's a real thing. So you got to be careful with the energy you're putting out there, because the energy does come back around. Now, if you believe in God, that's one thing you'll definitely understand. But if you don't believe in God, believe in the power of the universe. If you're a cosmic, acoustic, whatever it is, you feel what I'm saying? At some point in time, it's a higher power, a higher being. There's something that works. You know what I mean? But you believe in science, whatever you want to call it. Hold on, what? Hold on, guys. Okay, 1 second. Here we go. TikTok was saying my live was and I was being inactive. I guess I didn't touch the screen, so I don't know what it's talking about. But listen, hey, when you're giving those positive messages out, that's what they try to do. They try to take you off what you're saying. But at the end of the day, I'm just letting you guys know this channel right here is all about positivity. So we cover more than just sports, more than just topics that you guys may send in. Like we cover a lot. You feel what I'm saying? We are dedicated to pushing a peaceful, positive message. Again, the importance of our channel, as you see in my bio, I say I'm a type 1 diabetic. I never came out and told people I was a diabetic. I don't wear any bracelet. I don't wear any chain to represent that. You feel me? But the moral of the story is that I want to create awareness for diabetes because it's very something I'm very passionate about. You feel what I mean? Because I know diabetics don't really have that support group that they need in order to reach those levels that they're looking for. So that's why we're pushing out those type of things. You feel what I mean? So if you like that, leave a like in the chat. And if you also like, if you know someone who's a diabetic, share this live to them so they can hop on the stream and hear that message. You feel me? Or follow the page, share the page to them. You feel me? So it's all free game and free promo, guys. And again, we're trying to hit 1,000 likes on this stream on TikTok. So if you can leave a like on TikTok, I definitely would appreciate that. But we'll move on to our next topic as well. Next topic that we have is celebrities too accessible these days? 1 second, guys. I gotta tell my son to mute his phone. You gotta turn your volume down, son, on your phone. Thank you. My son just wanted to go on his Twitch and hop on the Twitch and watch me. So, hey, what's up, son? And my Twitch follower, you see Cam the Fan 23. Go ahead and give him a follow on Twitch. He will be streaming like Roblox and games like that as well. Excuse me. Yeah, that's that. I had a little bit of diet soda. I had to cut that out too. I don't even drink soda. I had diet soda earlier, but it just helps with any type of burping type stuff. You feel me? TMI, I guess. TMI. But okay, next topic, guys, is are celebrities too accessible today? In my opinion, I don't. Okay, let me rephrase this. I do understand we have celebrities. Yes, I've never in my life ever viewed a celebrity as an idol, as an icon, or anything of that nature. So to me, I could care less if they're accessible or not. Now, I would take the opportunity to speak with different celebrities in regards to this, though. And let me rephrase this. They're important to our society in this regards. They can get a message out to a broader audience than someone like me right now who's just starting out. Okay, that's the only importance a celebrity has in our audience if they're using their platform to push a positive message. But if they're pushing a platform, to divide families, to create chaos, I'm not rocking with that. Like I'm just not rocking with that. You feel me? Why are you doing that? Why would you want people to have a broken home? Why would you want people to live in chaos? Why would you want people to be disordered and disoriented? You know what I'm saying? You pushing out pills, weed, drugs on our youth. You pushing out alcohol, everything on our youth. Like that makes it too accessible for people. And there's nothing wrong if you have a vice. We all got vices. You feel me? Either you drink, you smoke weed, you may pop a pill. If you pop pills, just stop doing that because we see it's not good for you in regards to the high death rate it has. If you smoke weed, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. I used to smoke weed daily. I just don't now no more because I'm a diabetic. It just wasn't good for my overall health. But it took me multiple years to understand that. You know what I'm saying? I used to smoke before work, at lunch, after work. You feel what I mean? I was a heavy smoker. So it was cool. It was for me, I wasn't doing it to fit in with nobody. It was just something I was doing to just bypass time. But as I now mature mentally and understand, now I just have all this energy. So a time like tonight, well, yeah, good job, son. You will not do that. My son's in my Twitch chat. So if I'm speaking to him, again, he's on Twitch, just going ahead and just listen to the message. But listen, if I was doing that at one point in time, that's when I realized that I gotta stop for an overall better being, so I could be there for my son and I could be there for my family. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, guys, is that we gotta kind of understand that celebrities are accessible by the propaganda, by the media, but a lot of celebrities are understanding too that it is important to own your name and your name, image, and likeness. The same how reason it was important for college athletes to start getting paid for sports. You see a lot of rappers are now streaming because they understand that same thing. These contracts that they sign or these things that they're doing may not be their long-term success plan because they may not be making the money back as they should be once they get that loan or advancement. And then also just owning your own content is looking like to be that next wave because all the streaming platforms are going digital now. Cable, television, all that is going digital now. So radio is digital now. Even sound like the Breakfast Club. Look at them. They are accessible now, but you have to have Netflix to watch them. So you feel me? I don't know if you consider radio hosts celebrities, but if you're one of the top radio platforms in the country, I would consider you a celebrity because people recognize your face and they recognize your voice. You feel me? So I don't view a celebrity just based off of entertainment and things of that nature. You got some people who are public speakers that are celebrities. You got some doctors who are celebrities, but not the fake doctors though, guys. I mean like real doctors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Phil, he may be a celebrity, but he's actually probably a real doctor. You feel what I mean? Or you got somebody like a Steve Vocals. But hold on. I'm not going to just highlight them either. I'm going to highlight other people too. But I'm just saying, those are people that I grew up watching on TV. So that's why they bring up names to my bell. When I watch TV nowadays, though, I'm watching more like things on Netflix. I watch Nemesis, which the guy who did Coltrane Wilder, he is now going to be a huge celebrity. The guy who played Isaiah Styles in that show is going to be a huge celebrity. You feel me? Because now they are on a huge platform and they're the main actors on those shows. So even the wife, Ebony, in that show, she's going to be a bigger celebrity now because she's a beautiful woman, number one, but she's a great actor. So those two things coming together. You feel what I mean? So there are some celebrities out there who are very impactful to our culture. When I say our culture, I mean culture for everybody in America and around the world. You feel me? Or if you look at somebody like an Idris Elba or a Dancing Idris or like a Denzel Washington. All three of those people are very successful black male actors, yes, but all three of them push out positivity. They push out empowerment. They push out believing in yourself. You feel what I mean? Those are the people I think we should be highlighting more compared to the other we highlight right now. And again, it's not to say that that people be highlight are bad. I'm not saying that by any means. It's mainly just saying that we have to understand that we're going to give people a platform. They have to be willing to understand their power they behold as well. So let's move on to our next topic as well. So our next topic is R&B making a comeback? I don't know if it's considered making a comeback or not. Oh, yeah, and again, guys, if you want to join, if you're on TikTok, if you want to join a live, you can do that as well. Request to join, I'll bring you on. Any of our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick followers, if you want to join the live as well. I did post the link earlier on. Just join through the StreamYard link, and then you could join through that as well. So, hey, we are going to speak on now. Again, is R&B making their comeback? Hey, I love R&B music. Number one, it teaches you how to love. You know what I'm saying? And we spoke about this a little bit yesterday. A lot of people are grew up on survival and not love. R&B should be that introduction. So my favorite artist is Usher. You feel me? Usher went through a time period of he was a player, then he went time period of being in love, then he going through a divorce. Now he's whatever he does now. I'm not sure because I don't keep up with his current music today. But the old Usher, I'm talking about was it 90s, like 96, 98, around there to like 2004, 2005, 8 time frame. That's what Usher is my favorite artist, hands down. I don't care what anybody say. Usher is my favorite artist, but Usher also taught me a way to be around how to treat a woman and things of that nature. So that's what R&B was for me. R&B was very important and integral in my life period on how to treat a woman, how you should go about courting a woman, how you should go about loving a woman, things of that nature. And not just sexually, but we're talking about everything. The dates, how you should open the door for a woman, how a man should approach a woman, how you should respect a woman. That's what I view R&B as. Today, R&B is kind of a mixture of hip-hop, rap culture, and R&B. So like a Don Toliver, one of my favorite artists to this day, that boy got a lot of hits. You feel me? And I don't know if he's considered a real big R&B artist or not. I'm not sure based off of charts and like sales and stuff. But for me, he's one of those type of artists that are really big on saving R&B, or even like a Brent Faiyaz or whatever his name, Brent Faiyaz, Trey Songz at one point in time. Like a lot of these artists were good R&B artists, but I don't think R&B is making too much of a comeback. I don't know if it ever even if it really even fell off. And if I'm being honest with you, I just think it's like its own genre of music that is very it's not oversaturated with a lot of great music on R&B. It's kind of like everybody has their own taste when it comes to R&B. You may like one artist, you may like whatever the artist is pushing out, but then you may not like their whole album. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in hip hop and rap. Like some artists drop good albums, and some people are just good at dropping singles. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know if R&B is making a comeback or not. I think we are missing that factor of learning how to love one another. So that's important as well. So I would just say that. That's my thoughts on the R&B. And then okay. So we got now our next one is the best breakup albums of all time. What do you guys think is the best breakup album of all time? That's a good question. If I'm sitting and actually think about that, like you guys in chat, what do you think the best breakup album of all time is? I don't really listen to music about breakups. That's a good question. I can't hold you. That one actually has me stumble. Usually I got an answer for everything, but that one right there is kind of I'm trying to stuck right there. I ain't gonna hold y'all. The best breakup album of all time. Actually, let me get a moment to think about that one, because I actually have to sit back and and put my thinking cap on. Like, hold on, damn, what is the good answer for that one? And in chat, if you have one that you like, what's one of you guys' favorite breakup albums of all time? And if you don't have an album per se, is it a single that you go to? Mine is Usher Papers. He said, I'm ready to sign them papers. Them papers. You feel me? That's my thing, because it's like at that point in time, you done already tried everything. You done did everything. It's either Papers or Moving Mountains. You feel what I'm saying? It was Burn at one point. So those are my three. All right. I don't have an album, but I got 3 songs. It's Burn by Usher, Moving Mountains by Usher, and Papers by Usher. Again, I'm an Usher fan, so if I'm listening to anybody about a breakup song, it's definitely my boy Usher. Those are my 3 favorite songs. You feel me? Burn, Moving Mountains, and Papers. Because Burn, Oh my gosh, that's a classic bias. So as soon as you hear that, oh my yeah, as soon as the intro come on, you already know like yeah, Usher about to go ahead, go ham. And then the Moving Mountain song is like it's a real thing. You trying your best to save a relationship. You trying your best to keep your partner with you. You feel me? But it's like moving mountains. You mean like it's a immovable object. And I'm trying to move this mountain to stay with you. But at the end of the day, ain't nothing I'm doing gonna be able to keep our forces together. You know what I'm saying? And then the papers joint is like, hey, we done reached our last time together, and it's very just at two different differences. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to sign on papers and call it right there. But yeah, guys, if you can leave in what you think is one of the best R&B album, sorry, one of the best breakup albums of all time or best breakup song of all time, go ahead and drop that in the comments below. No, I'm not going to go off live. I'm just going to plug in my phone charger because if not, then my TikTok is going to die and then we'll be sick about that one. Good son? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
You good?
Yep. Me too. All right. Sorry about that. All right, we're good. So we are still live on TikTok. Sorry about that. I had to. What the? I can't believe this. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix my stream real fast. 1 second. This thing is so dumb, bro. Why? Why? What are you doing? Why would it just? What? All right. Sorry to my guys watching me live. Give me 1 second. I have to fix my camera because when I plug my phone into my computer, why didn't it just? What in the world is this? What is this thing? I don't know why the camera is not working. Hold on, guys. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So I don't know why my camera isn't working, y'all. You're gonna have to bear with me. All right, so sorry to the people on my live stream right now. We're gonna have to hold on. Right now, we're just gonna have to deal with the voice. I don't know why the browser is saying that the camera is not connecting. I'm not sure. I plugged my phone in and it just messed up my whole live stream. Listen, I gotta get a different charger box for my phone. That's what I get for plugging it in there. But okay, we'll go on to our next topic as well at hand. All right, so our next topic is the greatest one-hit wonders. The greatest one-hit wonders in my Okay, sorry about that. The greatest one-hit wonders, in my opinion, is definitely going to be, I would say Trinidad James, All Gold, Everything. And I was to that song earlier. It's that gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring. You feel me? That's that song right there. That's probably one of the greatest one-hit wonders of all time. And Trinidad James is not a bad rapper. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like that song right there. Then also Chameleonaire and Catch Me Riding Dirty. Those are two of my favorite all-time one-hit wonders. Do you guys have a one-hit wonder that you like? If you can, comment that in the chat. Again, we are trying to, if you can also leave a like as well on the live as well, then we'll go ahead and see what else you guys want to discuss tonight. I'm going to probably do a couple more topics, and then we'll end the live stream, and then we'll set up our gaming stream for the second half of the night. No. And sorry, my son is trying to get on a gaming stream, but I'm telling him no. Because last time I was on the gaming stream, my son, I ain't gonna tell you what he did, man. But just know he released air out on stream. I'm like, bro, you can't be in here doing that. You feel what I mean? So yeah, no, we ain't doing that. All right, and then we'll move on to the next topic as well. In our last couple of times we had for tonight, is hustle culture dead in America? I don't think it's dead in America. I just think it's becoming harder for people to obtain their dreams, and harder for people to understand that you have to really put in a lot of work to reach the pinnacle of what we deem success in America. So I don't think hustle culture is dead. I think it's the people that you surround yourself with. If you're with a motivated friend group who get up every day to go ahead and make a difference, then hustle culture isn't dead. You'll see them grinding every day to really be successful. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where I deem hustle culture as being successful. It requires a lot of people to really lock in and actually sacrifice the fun, sacrifice the good times, and really put in that hard work. Now, is hard work, is putting in the work probably dead in America? That's probably what it is. But hustle culture in America, to me, is not dead. I definitely believe hustle culture results back to the individual and where they're at mentally and where they are in the environment that they're in. You know, so I wouldn't think hustle culture is dead in America. Again, I think it's the people you surround yourself with, and also the individuals that if you idolize anyone, you should idolize someone who works hard every day, that goes out and busts their ass every day. If you idolize somebody who sits back and just wants to, you know what I'm saying, either smoke weed or drink the bottle, then you're gonna think hustle culture is that. Then yes, hustle culture is dead in that aspect. Okay. But in other terms, no, it's not dead. It's alive and well. You know what I'm saying? I have an example. Like I watch my father every day. He gets up every day at 5 o'clock, 5:30, out the door to go run his business. And he's done that for almost 20 years, 20 plus years. You feel what I'm saying? So that's hustle culture in my eyes. And then for myself, it's the same thing. I get up every day, I go in and take care of what I gotta take care of, and then I come on live to you guys at nighttime. At that, and took care of all my responsibilities during the day. So no, hustle culture isn't dead. It's just the amount of work that you're willing to put in. And if you think hustle culture is dead, why do you think that? You know, what do you deem hustle culture? Is hustle culture considered selling drugs, or is it considered putting the work in? Because the people I know, they all put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So shout out my boy Chris, he a nurse, he put the work in. Shout out my other boy, he a pastor, he put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So hey, friend group stay solid, friend group stay strong. That's how you view hustle culture. That's how I view it. Individual who doesn't give up on their dreams and passions, in my eyes, is hustle culture. So no, it isn't dead. It just requires a lot of work, and it requires a lot of patience, it requires a lot of time, which we think we don't have a lot of. But you got 24 hours, 24 hours in a day, guys. Invest some time into yourself. Because go back to the message earlier, if you start investing more time into yourself, then you realize hustle culture is all about self-investment and time management, guys. It's not about I'd say it's not about the money that you making at the moment, because what you make today is not what you will make tomorrow. What did Fat Joe say? Today's price is not yesterday's price. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it from that perspective, where our legends in these fields are giving y'all a free game. They're giving y'all a free game by bits and pieces, because they're not gatekeeping anymore, but they can't give you the full blueprint. But basically, if you're investing into yourself, then no, hustle culture is not dead. All right, so let's move on to our next topic as well. Topic is living paycheck to paycheck in 2026. Sheesh. Now, that is a money conversation, guys. One second, I need something to drink. You see, look, I ain't drinking a lot of juice. It's like that's all I got, man. Again, refreshing. It ain't nothing too crazy, because it will. If I drink a lot of juice, blood sugar gonna spike up too high, and then you guys will hear my alarm go off, and there's no need for all that. So I don't have my sensor alarm going off on stream, because then it'll interrupt everything. But yes, I don't think living paycheck to paycheck should be a thing, but it is, man. And it's honestly, it's hard, because you can only make so much money at a job. Now, if you're making 150, 200,000, you shouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. But at the inflation rate that we're at now, I believe if you are single, making 100,000 is kind of like making like 50,000 in a way. You feel me? Because you got an expensive car for sure. Because in America, you're gonna buy. It's not in America per se. We don't really live within our means. We live above our means. So that's the issue when it comes to living paycheck to paycheck. You have to live below your means. You feel me? So all this equipment I was able to get for this podcast, or sorry, for this streaming stuff, is over the years. So I have originally did a podcast, guys. You feel me? I just used my podcast recording equipment. Then I had to add the gaming PC. Then I had to add another monitor. Then I had to add this recording mic right here because it's the better overall gaming podcasting mic. So over time, it's just investing. So in order for me not to live paycheck to paycheck, I had to break things up. You feel me? So I'm not taking out too many Klarnas or Afterpay, because that also makes you live paycheck to paycheck. If you are doing these, it's like a buy here, pay here in a way, where you're a buy now, pay later type situation. So that will make you live paycheck to paycheck. Also, if you get an expensive car note, which a lot of people know, the average car note is over $550. So if the average car note is over $550 and the average salary in America is around 58 to 60,000, that's already living above your means, because you have to factor in that a 550 car note plus $300 or $400 for insurance, depending on your coverage. Some people get the good ones where they got $200 insurance, but for the most part, people are going to pay $300 to $400 for car insurance. So that right there alone for your car is about $900 to $1,000 a month just on your car note and your car insurance, right? Okay, cool. And then if you live by yourself, you got rent. Oh, another thing you got to factor in, the rent keeps going up every year. Or, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you get a roommate. Hopefully you're staying with family right now, because where our country is at is definitely forcing more of that. So that's going to force people to pay your rent or mortgage, your car note, your car insurance. If you got kids, they either got a daycare or a sport or after school activity, or you gotta buy clothes, or you gotta buy school supplies. Let's see what else you gotta do. You gotta pay your cable bill, or if you don't have cable, then you got all the streaming services. So you got Netflix, you got Amazon Prime, you got Paramount, whatever, however many services you got. You gotta factor all those in, right? And then you go into things like you got your own spending habits. You might want to spend money on yourself. You may want to go out to eat. You may want to go out to a party. You know what I'm saying? So yes, living paycheck to paycheck in America in 2026 is a real thing, because we spend our money on so much things where things are just taken back from us. You feel what I'm saying? So we are now spending way more than what we're making. And that's also an issue in America, is that we spend a lot more than what we make. So a lot of people are going to be in debt just off rip. When you come out of college, you're already technically in debt, just from the simple fact that you took out student loans to go to college. But then if you study the wrong, okay, let me not say the wrong major. If you studied something and you didn't land a job in that major or that field, and you're not making enough money to pay back your student loans, that's also going to require you to live paycheck to paycheck in 2026. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors into this conversation. But rule number one is that you have to live within your means and not worry about what people are doing on social media or in your social circle. So that's why I said earlier, if you can get a roommate or live with family until you can make enough money to pay off everything and to actually live above or live within your means, learn good financial habits, learn good spending habits, learn when to say no, learn when to say yes. You know what I'm saying? So those are going to be your best benefits when it comes to living paycheck to paycheck, because the average American is living paycheck to paycheck. Again, I gave you guys all the bills. You got car insurance, you got your car note. After, hopefully you get your car note paid off, most people will get another car. So you feel what I mean? Whether it's a $300 car note or a $600 car note, on average, the average car note is about $500 to $550. So are people? So listen, if you're making 58 to 60,000 and your car note is $550 to $600, and again you factor in insurance, your mortgage, your rent, whatever the case may be, you may have $400 to $500 of spending money a month. You feel what I mean? So is that really living? No, that's considered living paycheck to paycheck. You may be able to go out every other week or every month or every week, but that's still living paycheck to paycheck because you're still having a budget. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's definitely an issue in America, because a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck, and we know we are. You feel what I mean? So we're budgeting. Oh, we got to pay bills this week. Oh, I gotta wait till 2 weeks till my next check clears, and then I know I can go out. You know what I'm saying? So that's living paycheck to paycheck, people. Because when you're in the middle class, lower class in America, it's paycheck to paycheck. Even our millionaires, our top 1%, could technically be living paycheck to paycheck. Because you could have someone like a Floyd Mayweather who made close to $1 billion, but because they made close to $1 billion in fighting money, they thought that they can take out loans that they could pay off because they're making so much money. You got your debt collectors, you got your creditors, you got your people who loan you money for your jewelry, your cars, your house. If you have bad spending habits as far as going to strip clubs and blowing money on your entourage, which is like your posse, your crew, you feel what I mean? So no matter how much money you make, if you have bad spending habits, you're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not just a lower class, middle class problem. If you're in the top 1%, but you got bad spending habits, you'll be in that same exact pot, just with more money to spend out every month. You feel what I mean? So yeah, a lot of us live paycheck to paycheck, whether we got money or we don't. But it's a real issue in America because we get so blinded by material items that we think we need the next new car, the next new shoes, the next new clothes, instead of just being, you know what I'm saying, more of a humble mind, not even humble, but more of a frugal mindset to not spend more than what we're actually making, guys. So that's the issue that we have in America, and it'll probably always be here because it's just how we're taught to spend our money, and it's always gonna be a cycle because that's what they in retail, that's what they bank on. When you're in retail, when you're a mechanic, you're banking on car problems. You feel what I'm saying? So it's always something in America that's always gonna have us spend the money. Like I had to dish out 2,000 for my car to get fixed, and now I'm broke. You know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, 2,000. I could have been saving that, but now I got to spend 2,000 on a damn car. I gotta get my car registered. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't that I'm broke because I don't have money saved up. But when you got an expensive purchase or expensive expense that you have to do, it's going to take you time to put that money back once you already spent that emergency funds on that. You feel me? So granted, blessed to have that money aside to take care of emergency issue, but now you got to replace those funds once it's spent. So it's going to take 3 to 6 months just to make that, you know what I mean, put that money back in there. At the same time, whatever I make from my Facebook is monetized. Whatever I make from Facebook is going into a savings account. You feel me? So I'm gonna be saving every month, technically, off of that. But Facebook ain't gonna give me $2,000. It's all rip. I gotta grind each day, each month to get to that high number because you gotta base off your qualified views, your engagement. So all this stuff is factored in, guys. So yes, in America, we are living paycheck to paycheck. It's not always it's not always on purpose or by design. It's by design from the system. The system is keeping you to live paycheck to paycheck. That's what it's there for. And we all know the truth of how it is in America because our system is very corrupt, and it's not just a racial thing. It's all race thing when it comes to finances. A lot of people struggle from their day to day. And again, we didn't even mention that the crisis America has with credit card debt. Excuse me, like we didn't even mention the crisis America has with the credit card debt. You feel me? So that's also has to be factored in too, where people are taking out credit cards and then you get an approval for, let's say, Capital One. You get a Capital One credit card for $500. After 6 months, they raise your limit up, whatever it is. It may go to 1,000, it may go to 800. But if you were only factoring in that $500 balance, but now you don't have an increase in your credit limit. Now, some people are starting out with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 lines of credit. You feel me? So based off their credit history, or they could have been an authorized user on one of their family or friends' plans. So now their credit is so good that they qualify for a higher credit limit. But at the end of the day, we all know most people can't spend 4,000 on a credit card and pay off the $4,000 right then and there. So that's why you use a credit card so you can pay it off over time. And what they're banking on is for you to miss a payment, is for the interest rate of you making the minimum payment. That's going to make you live paycheck to paycheck. You feel what I'm saying? So this big circle, this big box is more than just, oh, you have bad spending habits. No, it's everything being factored into it. So you got to really break it down layer by layer. We start with the most important, which is transportation. That's your car. And then, okay, let me rephrase that. Your most important thing is having a roof over your head. So if you got rent or mortgage, you know what I'm saying? If you have a house that's paid off, hey, all blessings to you. I wish you was in that situation, but when you got a monthly rent or monthly mortgage, that comes first. And then you got your car transportation situation, so you can either get to work or your business or whatever you're doing to make money. You feel what I'm saying? So you need that right there. And if you don't have transportation, do you paying for a Lyft or Uber? You paying somebody to take you to work? That requires an additional fees. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of you putting $20 into a tank every couple of days for to fill up your tank or have a tank, whatever case may be, now you're spending $40 a day just on getting to work and back. So that's also factored into living paycheck to paycheck in America. But again, this is all by design, guys. This is how the system was created for us to spend our money on. This is what they do as far as capitalism. They're always going to add a new thing in for you to spend money at and spend money on. Okay. And then the last thing we'll probably speak on tonight is, does money buy happiness? In my opinion, money does not buy happiness, guys. The reason I say is because you'll know people who do a lot and they still not happy. They make a lot of money, they're not happy. You feel me? So that requires you to have a huge focus on how you'll be able to maintain the money you have. So again, I use Floyd Mayweather as an example, not because I don't say he's broke or anything like that. No, I'm not using it for that. But I'm not going to use him as far as saying the money didn't buy him happiness or something like that. No, I won't say that because I can't speak on another man's thing. I would just say if you're looking at a lot of people who have money, do they always seem happy to you guys, or do they always seem like they're trying to figure out how to make more money? That's to be the issue. Is that when is enough enough? When do you say I got $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in my bank, and this is enough? It's never going to be enough because you're already thinking on what to spend that money on and how to make another $1 million. You feel what I mean? So you're not looking at the process of actually enjoying the money that you're getting. You're working a lot, spending it, and then spending the money, or saving the money, or investing the money, however you want to do it. Your money's tied in assets, so you don't have that liquid cash right then and there to use the funds. You feel what I'm saying? So yes, it does require you to think about these type of topics and conversations because you got to think a little bit deeper than just the average person sometimes when you're looking at conversations like this. Does money actually buy you happiness? Are you even happy internally? Number one. And money can't give you happiness. Happiness comes from within. You feel what I'm saying? So if you aren't internally motivated or happy just off rip, just for yourself, then money isn't going to change anything because you can't fill something with a void with a tangible asset because happiness is intangible. There's no value to it. You feel what I'm saying? It's something you can't put a value on. So what is going to make you happy is all determined on yourself. So money doesn't make you happy. It can take care of the pleasures in the road, but to make yourself happy is definitely going to be internal. You feel what I mean? All right. So our last two topics are expensive habits nobody talks about, and then side hustles that are worth actually starting. So expensive habits that nobody talks about. Okay. That's actually a good question. And this is why I wish you guys in the chat will leave your comments too. What do you guys think are some expensive habits? I will definitely tell you one expensive habit that I didn't realize was that expensive was from people that buy shoes. Oh my gosh, they spend crazy amount of money on shoes. That's one. Guns, if you are into like buying guns or going to the gun range, whatever the case may be, that's an expensive habit nobody talks about because they don't tell you about the modifications, the different magazines, the different type of weapon you're buying, all this stuff. So all that is factored into expensive habits. Another expensive habit might talk about if you like podcasting, if you like content creation, if you're in a real good setup, you gotta spend thousands of dollars and things of that nature. Like I know for myself, I probably spend about 1,000, probably about almost 2,000 on the cameras that I don't even use nowadays. You feel me? So, and that wasn't from trying to spend money on things I didn't know I didn't need. No, it was trying to buy a high quality camera to, have a good image shot. But then it turns out that the cameras weren't compatible with the software, and a whole other issue. You feel me? So podcasting is an expensive habit. Creating content is an expensive habit because you have to actually invest the money you're making back into your content creation to make more money. You feel what I'm saying? So it's all expensive habits. Those are things that people don't really think about how expensive it is to do this stuff full time or how much money you're investing. So yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you're listening to Drewski when he spoke about how much he was spending on Could Have Been Records, I think he spent like $1 million, $2 million on like certain production and all this stuff for everything because he was just spending money to make money. But at the same time, as a business owner, that's kind of which lane you got to be in. You got to spend money to make money, So that's where where we're at with that. So yeah, expensive habits is all over the place, guys. If you want to get into anything, everything's gonna be expensive because you're trying to find value in something that you deem worthy. So that's gonna be valuable to you. Expensive is part of it. You got to spend money to make money. That's how I look at it. So for all this stuff, I know it's expensive from getting a new PC and stuff like that, or getting a new monitor, getting a new mic, like all that stuff. Yeah, it's expensive at the time, but after a year, 2 years, I can make that money back. You know what I'm saying? Just off of growth, just off of networking, just off of just putting myself in good positions and stuff like that. So that's how I look at it. It's a small investment. So expensive habits nobody are talking about is definitely those. Also, I would say like if you're into like golfing is expensive. Like getting a membership at a country golf club is expensive. Traveling, if you like to go traveling, excursions, the activities, the itineraries could be expensive. These are real things that we're dealing with right now. So that's what I mean. It's a lot of it is kind of all in all together, and it all depends on the person that is out there actually spending the money. But there's a lot of expensive habits, so that's the conversation we may have to further continue with when we get people on a live in the future, because I'm only giving you ones off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there are more things out there that you guys know. I know, like doing hair, or like people that get their hair done frequently or change their wigs out, like that's expensive. I know people that cut hair, they may want to buy new clippers and all that stuff. That could be expensive for barbers. So there's a lot of habits, I guess you can say, are expensive out there for sure. And then our last topic for tonight, side hustles that are actually worth it. Okay, so I will say this: depending on the type of person you are, and it definitely depends on this, because you have to want to know if you want to do like physical labor, if you become like a plumber, an electrician and stuff like that. Now that's not necessarily a side hustle, that's a career, but you could turn it into a side hustle if once you got your licensing and everything. If you were to work in a different job and you want to do that as a side hustle on the side, that's actually worth doing it. Being a journeyman electrician, being a journeyman plumber, those things are going to pay off more than those things. I don't know if they're considered side hustles or career options though. But we'll also say like doing personal fitness. If you're a fitness a personal trainer, that's something you could do on the side. It's very beneficial. Because everybody needs help with working out. Everybody needs help with staying in shape. So there's always an audience for you. You just need a couple of loyal clients. You can start with like 2 to 3 or 4 to 5. Like those are going to be some side hustles that you can start with, and then as time goes on, you can become a full-time personal trainer. So those are some side hustles I'm off the top of my head. I'm thinking. I do believe if you create content creation could be a great side hustle, because you can still work full time and have side and do content creation on the side. You may not be able to go live every day or go live for a long amount of time periods all the time, but once you're able to get monetized on these platforms, that little bit of extra income, whether it's $100, $50, it's more money you are making outside of not making it. You feel me? So those are some side hustles off the top of my head. I know that's definitely worth it. I will also say it falls in line with personal training, but if you're able to do like training on the side in regards to like if you are a good athlete in high school or college, you may be able to train people. You're not a personal trainer per se. You could be a fitness, like a athletic trainer, football trainer. You could be a baseball trainer. So those type of things pay well too. People pay you per session. So those are also some good ideas to think about too. If you're a former athlete, you can monetize your skill set or monetize what you learned and do that as well. Coaching is a good thing too. Side hustle for people. They may have a full-time job, but then they go into coaching later on. You feel me? So again, those are just things I'm thinking off the top of my head where, those would be some good side hustles for you guys to do. I will also say another good side hustle is actually learn how to fix cars, because people always need help. So if you know how to fix a car, whether it's a light bulb, oil change, tail light, things like that, small minor things, because don't try to do full mechanic work at a garage, at your own house garage. You know what I'm saying? So if you could do like small minor mechanic work, that will also be a good side hustle to pick up, because people always need an oil change. They ain't trying to pay $100+ at a place of business. They'd rather pay you $50 and technically paying the same amount with getting their own oil and stuff, but they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So you can finesse them out of $50 or $70 or just doing an oil change for them if they want to pay you that money. So those are a little bit of side hustles that I think are worth it. Again, because these are things that I'm aware of as side hustles. So if they're not available to you, cutting grass could be a good side hustle too. So if you know how to cut grass, or if you're good at gardening, if you're good at landscaping, I guess those kind of fall into the same terms. But if you get at those things, that's a good side hustle to pick up too, because those are things that aren't readily available for everybody. They could be too pricey for people. So if you have a good price, you know how to do good work. There's a way you can make a lane with a good side hustle with landscaping business. You feel me? So that, or if you're good at like fixing things, so you probably won't have to bring your whole construction business or general contracting business, but I think if you're good at like putting floors down or doing stairs or doing carpet or fixing minor things in a house, some people may call you to do those things instead of calling the actual business. That could be a little side hustle you do too. So again, all in all, these are just ideas. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head exactly other side hustles that people could do that are actually worth investing their time into. But again, I guess what you would deem worthy of a worthy side hustle is what you deem worthy to yourself. So that's it, guys. Again, if you are new to the stream, we are finishing up the live. So if you can go ahead and leave a like, share the live out, follow the page for more. Again, we're going daily lives at night, at least at 9:30 every night. Tomorrow night, I may not be live tomorrow night, but I will do an earlier stream or earlier live broadcast, especially for TikTok and our other followers as well. I would do an earlier live broadcast only because I'm going out tomorrow night with the fellows, you feel me? So I gotta still have fun in my social life too. Again, I did speak about earlier, I live with their means, so I'm not spending too much money when I go out. I'll just go out to the club because I don't drink or smoke anymore. So I kind of just go out just for the vibes, just to be around with the fellas and stuff like that. Socialize a little bit. Hey, see some nice women out there, and that's really it. I call it a night. But mainly the reason why I'm going out though is that now I'm trying to turn this side hustle, which is content creation, actually worth it. So I'm going out now to promote my live, promote my, you feel me, my YouTube channel, my Twitch, my TikTok, all that stuff. So I'll be out there networking more so than actually going out there for a girl number or something like that. I'll just give them my digital business card. Hey, follow me on Instagram, follow me on my socials. If you do that, you got a chance at a giveaway. You feel me? So you got to spend money to make money. And this is how you lure people in. Again, my channel is to bring awareness to diabetes. So if you know anyone who's a diabetic, I'm a type 1 diabetic myself. Our channel is to bring awareness to diabetes, to inform people, educate people on diabetes, and also that we're working towards a cure for this disease. So anything that brings awareness or attention to us is very important. And the reason why I mentioned that for you guys is because that's what this channel is about. Even though we conversate, have talks about everything, at the end of the day, our purpose of this channel is to bring awareness to diabetes. So eventually we'll have a supportive group following us along as well. But again, I'm going to end the live here because I'm going to go ahead and get my camera and stuff situated. We are going live probably in the next 30 minutes to an hour on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. If you guys are interested on TikTok to want to get on, that's completely fine. If not, I'll come live on TikTok too, just for you guys to see me on here too. Again, you can find me on Twitch, HHXMao. We are close to becoming a Twitch affiliate on that channel, so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would follow on there too. YouTube is new. It's Mao_Stacks. So we're working to build up our following YouTube as well. And the same as Kick is Mao_Stacks. So you feel me? We're new to all the socials, but we're definitely grinding to become a top content creator for diabetes awareness, and also altogether just being diverse in our content creation journey. But again, guys, look, I'm going to end the stream here. So I definitely appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Thank you for the gifted. Thank you for the likes as well on the stream. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Hey, be safe out there. It's Friday night. Be careful with the drunk drivers out there, especially for people out in Delaware with the World Cup being right next to us in Philadelphia. Be careful out there at night with the drivers and everything of that nature. So, hey, I appreciate everyone that tuned into the stream today. Hey, listen, again, we're doing daily lives. So if you like conversations like this, go ahead and follow the page. And if you want to tune in for next stream, that's completely fine. And if you want to join a live, you guys are more than welcome to join a live. The live is always open for people to join because we want to have more diverse conversations. You feel me? So we want to have people on here that give their opinions as well, and not just me talking for 2 hours straight. Again, I could talk all night. It's never a problem with me, but I do like to hear you guys' opinions and thoughts on some of these topics. So we'll save the remaining topics for tomorrow. Again, we may do like a midday stream before I head out tonight with the fellas. So I'll do a midday stream tomorrow for you guys. I will announce prior to when I'm going live. So again, if you follow the page, you'll at least know that we're going live a couple of hours beforehand, and then we'll be better with being on time. Again, we're a little bit later today. We just got a gaming PC, you feel me? So our streaming setup and stuff like that is a lot better. So our processing, editing will be a lot better. And then also our quality of image is there too. And again, sorry for the camera cutting out to my YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. I'm sorry, not my TikTok, my YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Facebook followers. I biasly plugged my phone charger into my motherboard, and that took off my camera for some reason. So I know to just charge my phone before then because my phone's gonna die on TikTok. Hey, long story short, guys, thank you again for the live and support. I'm going to end the stream here. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the evening. Again, we'll be live probably in the next 30 minutes to an hour on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, streaming either 2K and Call of Duty. So you guys will be able to hear the game chat. So I'm going to work on getting my Elgato and everything hooked up. And then for my TikTok followers, again, we'll be live back on here for you guys too. You won't be able to see gameplay just yet until we reach 1,000 followers on TikTok. So please follow the page on TikTok so we can reach that goal. That way I can start sharing more content on screen for you guys and hook up things moving forward. But hey, everyone enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll catch you guys in the next 30 minutes to an hour. Peace.